The only third term they will have is in prison, says Bunting. As the country awaits a date for the general election, opposition spokesperson on national security, Senator Peter Bunting, has suggested that the only term the ruling Jamaica Labour Party will get after the polls is in prison for corruption. The general election is constitutionally due this year. The JLP came into office in 2016 and received a second term in 2020. I just want you to carry this energy. They are trying to tire us out. They are afraid to call it because they don't know that the third term that they're going to get is to have a prison term. The prison term reiterated Bunting to a frenzied response that the court supporters and others who turned out for the PNP island-wide bus tour in Water Square, Falmouth. The first day of the two-day Jamaica Time Come for Better bus tour, which started at the National Heroes Park in Kingston, ended with a spot meeting in Falmouth, Trelawney on Friday. The tour continues Saturday from St. James and is expected to end in another spot, meeting in St. Elizabeth in the evening. Bunting further told the meeting that his statement must not be seen as a threat. That is not a threat to anybody. That is a call to justice, he noted. All of those who are stealing billions, they have to go to jail for a longer time and wear short pants, so I don't make any apology for that. Justice is what demands it, Bunting added. Bail extended for former Portmore bank employee accused of stealing $1.4 million. A former customer care officer at the St. Catherine-based financial institution, accused of 49 counts of fraud amounting to $1.4 million, had her bail extended in the parish court on Friday. The accused 41-year-old Winsome Smith of Portmore, St. Catherine, is answering to charges of unauthorized access to computer data and simple larceny. When the case came up for mention, acting senior parish court judge Nelson Gale questioned whether the accused was granted station bail, given that many counts against her. Smith's bail was subsequently extended until July 25, 2025. Allegations are that on May 9, 2025, the complainant went to the financial institution to conduct a transaction, but his card was declined. He lodged a complaint and was assisted by the accused, who issued him a new card, allowing him to complete his transaction. 2 weeks later, the account holder returned to the institution and once again, the card was declined. The accused again was issued a new card. A relative of the complainant later verified the account and discovered that $1.4 million was missing. A formal report was made to the institution and the police were called in. An investigation was launched, which led to Smith's arrest and subsequent charge. Fitzgerald says Holness administration will ensure Jamaicans benefit from cheaper bills on the new electricity licensing arrangement. Government Senator Abubakar Fitzgerald says the Holness administration will ensure that a new electricity licensing arrangement is arrived at, which will result in more affordable light bills. His statement follows an announcement earlier last week by Energy Minister Darrell Valls that the government will not renew the Jamaica Public Service's current all-island licensing under the existing terms upon its expiration date on July 8, 2027. Mr. Valls also said the government is prepared to engage new investors to secure cheaper electricity costs. On Thursday, opposition spokesperson on energy Philip Powell questioned why the government did not take further action before now in relation to the license. He said the government has neglected the energy sector and for that reason, the JLP should be voted out of power. Speaking in the Senate, Fitzgerald chid the former PNP's National Party administration for allegedly negotiating a bad deal with the JPS and assured that under a new arrangement, Jamaicans will benefit from cheaper light bills.
I commend the Energy Minister, Darrell Valls, and the administration of Prime Minister Holness for having the political will to indicate that we will not renew the JPS license under the current terms. I recall on January 27, 2016, on the eve of the general election, the then Energy Minister, Philip Powell, committed Jamaica to a licensing arrangement which has not served the people of Jamaica well. I commend the administration for having the political will to say enough is enough, and we will pursue measures which enumerate to the benefit of the Jamaican people and by extension which will cause a decrease in electricity bills.
St. Elizabeth family receives 6.7 million home through indigent housing program. A family in Brompton, St. Elizabeth now has a safe and comfortable place to call home following the handover of a newly constructed 6.7 million housing unit by Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond McKenzie on Friday. The housing solution was delivered to the Farquharsons under the ministry's Indigent Housing Program, which continues to provide critical support for vulnerable Jamaicans through the provision of safe, durable homes. The unit was constructed with modern conveniences, including a water harvesting system to ensure the family has access to store water during dry periods. Additionally, the house was fully outfitted with furniture, fixtures, and appliances, easing the burden of a family that has long endured substandard living condition. This housing intervention marks the second time the Farquharson family has benefited under the program. In June 2023, Shania Farquharson, a mother of three, had been living in a dilapidated two-bedroom structure, received a one-bedroom unit through the program. However, following the initial handing over, it was observed that her adult son and her family were still living in an equally derelict structure. In response, the ministry committed to constructing an additional unit, which has since been completed and presented to the family. A caring government has responded, and I am proud. I want to encourage the family to take care of your investment by ensuring that you maintain the quality of it, McKenzie urged. He noted, this administration since 2016 specifically identified indigent housing as a means of responding to a meaningful way to the indigent population across the country. St. Elizabeth, since we have started, have seen investment of close to 100 million of housing support. Over 6 units have been constructed in this parish in total, the minister added. McKenzie also highlighted the continued involvement of the Poor Relief Department, which ensures that beneficiaries receive holistic care beyond housing. This includes support for school expenses, medical needs, and other essential social services for members of the population. In the meantime, Mayor of Black River and Chairman of the St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation, Councillor Richard Solomon, praised the collaborative effort that made the housing program possible. He commended the efforts of Minister McKenzie, Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, and Member of Parliament for St. Elizabeth Southwestern Floyd Green, and the Municipal Corporation team, noting that the project was completed on time to satisfaction and with well-utilized resources. There is no greater pride than one who can open the door to their own home with their own key, and this is possible today because of our government, Councillor Solomon noted. For his part, Green commended the program focus on expanding housing access while enhancing quality, safety, and dignity of the units provided. He further praised Minister McKenzie for his compassion and effectiveness in addressing the needs of the poor, even while navigating national challenges. We have a government that manages the resources of the country well and can deal with crisis while still lifting up the poor, Green noted. Beneficiary Shoya Farquharson expressed gratitude for the support received, acknowledging the government officials and community leaders who helped making her housing dream a reality. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.